Hello? 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 Oh, never mind. Andrew needs 5 minutes. Andrew, are you there? Hello, Andrew? Andrew? Andrew, please come. I don't want to be alone. Okay, wait, what's going on? Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the Monavista League of Legends tournament. I'm Palestella. I'm here. I'm a caster, and I'll cast this game for you. So look, it's blue team versus purple team, and blue team first bans off Ari, which is probably a targeted ban against E Huey inbound because he's known for playing Ari. And their second ban is Lee Sin, which is targeted against Chain Cold, which is probably targeted against Chain Cold because he's known for playing a lot of Lee Sin top lane. Then we have the Shyvana ban, which I'm assuming is against Utopia because he plays top lane, and we're probably going to see Shyvana top lane and not in the jungle, but who knows. Then we have a Jinx ban. I'm not sure who that's against because I'm not very familiar with blue team. I know purple team pretty well, but blue team, I have no clue. But Jinx is a pretty nasty AD carry because she's got the ranged auto attacks and she's really strong right now. And the final ban is Dr. Mundo. I'm assuming that's another top lane ban against Chain Cold. And right now, both Mundo and Shyvana are really annoying top lanes because they build extremely tanky and no one can beat them. And they're really hard to beat late game because they're just unkillable and they dive onto your back line and you really can't do anything to stop them. And the final ban is Blitzcrank. It looks like they don't want to see any cheese bot lanes, so they're just taking out the Blitzcrank. It looks like they don't know how to sidestep. Okay, the first pick is Olaf. That can either be a top lane Olaf or a jungle Olaf, and we'll have to see later. Purple team hovering over Warwick. Now just randomly choosing champions. Purple team's a bunch of trolls. It looks like Homieknights is hovering over Lulu. He's hovering over Lulu or Thresh. We'll see which one he plays. Both are really strong picks. I like Thresh more, but oh, he locks into Lulu and the Renekton top lane. So Renekton is also one of those really terror tank top lanes. He builds completely tanky, and he becomes almost an unkillable monster late game with tons of AoE. Lulu, on the other hand, is a more poke bot lane. Oh, hey, Andrew.
I'm here.
Okay. You're not
I'll watch
spectating the
this.
game though.
Yeah, I'll just
Okay,
watch the
so
stream real quick.
yeah, sure. And they pick Lulu. Lulu's a pretty poke bot lane. She doesn't have any super hard CC, but she's got a lot of poke. But on the other hand, they're hovering. Blue team is hovering over Annie. Annie, on the other hand, has a lot more poke duel, has more damage than Lulu. But on the other hand, she has hard CC. So we'll have to see. But I have to say, I think Annie's the stronger pick. And they're also hovering over Swain, which is a rare pick. No one seems to ever pick Swain, but against some matchups where there's almost no range involved, Swain does a good job. We'll have to see if a purple team is able to pick a more ranged mid lane to deal with Swain, because it's very hard to duel if you can't
Could
outrange
also be
him.
swaying top to
Oh, that's
counter
true.
Renekton.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it
true.
won't really counter, but it should do fine. I mean, Swing's a really risky pick if you don't know what you're picking into.
Yeah, they picked him first, which is a little strange, but we'll have to see. Again, purple team randomizing their picks, not settling and hovering over a specific champ. They want to keep their opponents confused.
Next level.
Yeah. Okay, and they lock in Lux. This is what we're talking about, the range matchup. Lux should be able to stay out of Swain's snare and should be able to stay away from his shorter range. And if played safely, he should be fine. But we shouldn't see any duels in mid lane because Swain can easily win, unless Lulu's able to get a nice binding, and then burst him. Then we see the AD carry that's locked in is Caitlyn, another range pick, which is pretty good with the Lulu Caitlyn bot lane because both of them have range poke. So it looks like they're not going to be doing heavy engages, but rather they're just going to sit back and poke the lane down and push it.
Yeah, Lulu K is pretty safe to play against Annie.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few champs to actually outrange her.
And then blue team is hovering over Ezreal and Riven. Riven versus Renekton top lane is a pretty even matchup. Both of them are huge lane bullies and have no mana, so they just spam their spells. So we'll have to see. It's probably going to be decided earlier, depending on how much jungle pressure is put by each jungler. While Ezreal bot lane is again a pretty strong lane with any stuns and Ezreal just as into the queues. And finally, Jason or Asian Philosophy is hovering over Xin Zhao. It's probably his favorite jungler. And again,
only jungler.
And it's only jungler, true. But we can't say that because they don't want to ban him out. And Zin's a very early game champion. We'll have to see if he can put that to good use against in winning his lanes. Because late game he's gonna be just a tanky guy with a spear. There's no volume on my client. Is there volume on your client?
I'm not in game.
Oh yeah.
Or
Never
in the
mind.
thingy. Yeah. Well,
We're waiting the last 50 seconds till 3 minutes delay starts. So we'll look over the lanes real fast. So far, it's a Swain mid versus Lux mid. Again, I have to give it to Lux. Well, no, both people don't win. I mean, once Swain hits level 6, he's just gonna stay sustained in lane, and he's gonna be hard to move out of lane. But on the other hand, Lux also has a very safe farm range because she can just spam her E on the back line, and there's no way Swain can really pick her off unless she goes a little too close and gets hit by the snare. So it should be easy to farm lane there with both champs not dying unless the jungler affects anything. Next, let's look at top lane. Top lane is Riven versus Renekton. Both of them are huge bullies, and it should be pretty even. Unless the junglers come. I think that lane is going to be heavily decided by the junglers. Finally, we have the jungle picks. It's Olaf versus Jin Zhao. Jin Zhao is a lot stronger earlier, but late game he completely falls off while Olaf becomes a huge tank that can dive onto your backline. So we'll have to see if Asian Philosophy can pull off any early ganks or bring some of that early pressure into play to help deal with his pretty bad late game. And finally, we have bot lane. For purple team, they're running a more poke-oriented bot lane with Lulu Caitlyn, both high range champions, while blue team is running more of a kill. It's almost a kill lane with Ez and Annie, with both champs being much stronger with lane. With Annie with the non-skill shot stun, and Ezreal with the Q spam. We'll have to see how this goes. Okay, with 2 minutes in, if any of the 9 people in chat right now want to have any opinion on who's gonna win the game, it'd be nice to hear it in chat. Oh, less than 9, because technically I'm in here too.
And I'm in here.
So that makes it like 7. Okay. Hmm. Another thing there is to look at is Homieknights chose to run Exhaust on his support, while I don't know, say that again. Jax Pure chose to run Ignite, which shows the different masteries show how aggressive each lane is going to play. Exhaust is the typical summoner, and it actually will help a lot if they put it on Annie right before she drops Tibbers and drops the burst. If he has the reaction speed to do that, well, Ignite is just more for Annie because she's gonna probably kill everything because Annie's stupid and she has a shit ton of damage. Okay, Blood Rune says neither team is gonna win. I hope that happens too. That'd actually be really funny. Be cool if
I
the
don't know how
servers just
that's
drop.
gonna be possible.
I don't know, dude. The servers could just go down. Everyone could lose. It'd be pretty funny. Well, we're about to go into game. There's around 35 seconds left, and we'll have to see who has the better skins. So, Andrew, how's your winter break been?
Great.
Really, what have you been up to this winter break?
Nothing.
Really, nothing. Oh, so how do you know it's been great?
Feels good.
Okay, okay, you are absolutely the most boring person ever.
Yay, spectator delay is over.
Okay, the game's starting now, and we'll see. We'll officially see the skins.
Sorry, the reason I've been so quiet is because I've been looking over the bracket. It just
Oh,
doesn't make
really?
sense.
I'm sure Young has it under control.
Yeah, it's fine. It just
Yeah. Okay, well, looking at the skins, Purple team is rocking the brand new Winter Wonderland Lulu skin. Not bad, but there's no other skins. While on the other side, blue team has Pentakill Olaf, an old skin, but still one of the best skins out there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so since Young's streaming, we'll just use directed camera.
Okie dokie.
What?
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm. God, these people load slow.
Almost there.
There's nothing to say.
Yay, game
Okay,
started.
we're finally in the game. Okay, we'll wait a second. We can see which champs, what items each champ buys to see what play style they'll be playing. Killer Care Bear already jumping over the inhib, showing his professional ribbon skills.
Ezreal bought a longsword. It's dumb. What to say about that? It's just dumb.
Okay, okay. Well, why is it dumb?
Sacrificing 80 health for 2 health potions, and also
Maybe
and you don't get the health back on hit from Thorn's Blade.
that's true. That's true. Okay, we'll see if any team wants to engage. Blue team looks like they're moving around top lane. Top lane invade. And they're gonna see if they can go for the red buff, maybe. While on the other hand, purple team is hovering around their enemy's red buff.
Caitlyn goes trap first. Pretty old school. People always used to do that. Personally, I like going Q better first because it gives you more lane pressure in the beginning. Especially with Lulu, you can poke them out really hard at level 1. You have to Q.
Well, it looks like blue team has failed to find anyone, so it looks like most of them are going back. Well, at least ball lane's going back. And Barnett, I mean Chain Cold has didn't see any of them, so they are both oblivious.
And a great call for him to stand at his tower. Usually, top laners like to wait in red or at Tribush, but
Yeah.
he wasn't there, so he lived.
The mid laner,
Uh,
EQ inbound, throwing down the early ward behind the Dragon Pit. I'm
he
not
also
sure
threw
what
out a
that
random E at blue buff way too early.
he threw at the Tribush. Oh, and blue buff too, yeah. I'm not sure what that ward does. I guess it protects the bot lane, but I'm pretty sure it would have been a lot better if put in Tribrush. And other than that, some early Caitlyn traps have been put down around mid lane, probably to stop any jungler from attacking. He's looking at the bot lane. Homieknights drops down early ward. Oh, but actually, Annie chooses to start with the seeker item.
Sweeper.
The red trinket. What's it called?
It's called a
The
sweeper lens.
sweeper lens to take
Or
out the early
sweeping
ward.
lens.
And top lane is a Riven versus Renekton matchup. It's a very even lane, but we'll have to see when the junglers come. E Huey inbound, pushing early on Swain. It's a pretty smart tactic, because Swain, not running any AD, won't be able to CS under tower as easily.
Yep, Swain's a problem early is that he can't wave clear he can't wave clear, period.
Yeah.
So he can just get pushed in, and then it's up to how well he can CS in their tower.
Okay. Both junglers have almost finished taking the red, and we'll have to see which lane they go to gank, as they're on opposite sides of the map. Homieknights putting down some good poke on Annie, dropping her almost down to half.
I don't think Olaf is gonna be able to pull off.
Yeah, Olaf looks like he's just...
It'll be hard for him to gank Kayle Lulu because there's a lot of slows there.
Yeah, it looks like he's
It'll be hard
rotating
for
up
him to
mid.
gank Lux because there's a
Well, we
lot of
see
slows
Asian
there.
Philosophy has moved up to the top lane to get an early gank, and he wasn't spotted because the ward is in the river, and he went through Tri-Rush. Again, the lane's pushing though, so I'm not sure this gank will work unless he waits for a long time. Yeah, and as you can see, oh, well, he started the B, but now he's just heading back to his jungle. Oh, an early gank on mid.
Somehow Huey. Okay. Wow.
Looks like Ehuey will go down for first blood.
Well, I think
Oh,
he
good.
should have held on to his flash because the CC was already used, so he could have used the flash to flash over a wall and would have given him a
Yeah.
little more distance. Also, he
That's-
flashed when he was already slowed, so
That's strange. He flashed. He probably should have flashed toward the tower, in my opinion.
yeah, that too. Just
I'm not sure why he chose to flash that
but
direction.
a good gank from Olaf though.
Yeah, good game by Topia. Rest of the lanes seem to be rather even.
Uh, to be honest though, now that Swain has that early kill, I don't see Lux doing anything this lane. Especially she lost her flash now, because Swain is one of those like champions that like is really can be really tanky and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And if he gets ahead, when tanky champions get ahead, they tend to be really annoying and difficult to deal with.
Yeah. I feel Alexa's just gonna be forced to farm all game, which shouldn't be too hard for her because the E has pretty long range, and so she'll just be able to sit back and throw E's.
Yeah, she probably just have to AFK push.
Yeah, Asian philosophy moving down. Well, he was moving down bot, which is actually a smart idea because bot lane doesn't have any wards other than Ezreal's trinket. Because Annie actually decided to start Dorn's shield, but he's actually rotated back mid.
Yeah, mid is actually gankable because Swain did flash in pursuit of Lux. Maybe
Yeah.
Lux can pull off a nice bait here.
Depends if Eric can land his Ihui inbound can land his snare, but it looks like Asian philosophy is just gonna back out.
Wow, down bottom, Caitlyn is not hitting very well. She's down by 12. I mean, I don't think any.
And Swain gets a snare on mid lane, and Eric Ihui missing the snare. Ooh, and a gank top lane. Riven using the early level 6
Good, nice.
to win trade. Oh, and blowing flash on Renekton. Even though the great listener, the ball lane is not doing too hot in farm, they've managed to poke down Ez pretty hard.
That's true.
And maybe they can.
At least they're pressuring. Yeah.
Yeah. The constant Q poke is letting them. That's what we were talking about the poke lane earlier. And Ez is rather low.
Oh,
so
and
they can
Zin's
really
right there
kill.
for the dive. Ez is in huge trouble.
Yeah.
Is in level 6? No. Oh, yeah, he's
He's a free kill right now.
he's gone.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
exactly. Just flash.
Didn't even react in time to barrier. Good play by
Yeah.
Ez, though. Although he needs to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, because Swain's heading down.
He's gone. He flashed for that, so he's gone.
Yeah, I think Asian philosophy is about to fall here.
Adios.
If Swain, yeah,
And-
the snare goes down and he's down.
It gets too close. Oh,
Yeah, and ball lane's too low to fight. Homieknights is below the red point. Again, this top lane is rather even, but it looks like it's going to go in Renekton's favor for now because Renekton has a lot more sustain than Riven. And yeah, Riven just chooses to back
Yep.
off.
really good job by Renekton to stay strong, even though he got ganked. And
Yeah. Oh, and Renekton
It's
even
both
blowing
right
ult.
there, though. Although,
Yeah.
I mean, he could push in and die right here. He has to go fast though, like right now. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure he can get this kill.
The Ignite drone down.
Double E? Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
And he's about to die of minions. Very good job by Killer Carebear to shield the early Ignite and to avoid and stun him under tower, then avoid any
I don't
damage.
think he should have led with Ignite because he drew unnecessary
Yeah.
aggro. So he could have just waited. There was no reason for him to Ignite early. It's not like she was
Yeah.
healing the potion or anything. Just a
Like the clear
slight
misplay
mischeck.
by.
Yep.
What was it?
Pretty unfortunate that he threw his lead like that, but
Yeah.
we'll see if he can come back from that. Looks like down bottom, Ezreal got the Phage. Standard, looking for the Triforce. I guess that's why he led with the longsword, but I still disagree.
Yeah.
Hi, Leo.
Hi, Abe. Oh, we have another caster.
Is my team doing well?
Your team is not doing that bad. No, they're losing. They're down 1K gold, so not that bad.
Oh, you're on this team, Abe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Abe is actually a sub for
Wait,
Team Homieknights.
why not losing to Vincent?
Yeah, Chain Cold.
Yeah,
losing to
He was
Vincent,
winning, but he tower dove.
Yeah, he
And,
misplayed the tower dive and but Vincent's actually getting ganked right now, and Swain is going on mid. So
Swain is
flashes
just
in the tower, and that's gonna be a kill.
blocks, and
that's what I mean by Swain early snowballing against the mid lane.
Wait,
And now they
wait.
can't even follow in on this gank because Swain just killed the mid lane, and he's gonna be able to rotate top lane to help help Riven with
Wait,
his
when
gank.
did Swain get his second kill?
He just got it right now. He got it. He got it in the
Oh, he
first
has
game.
three now.
Oh, he's
Got that
three.
first game.
Oh.
Oh no, it's a spectator bug. My bad.
Oh.
It's because I rewinded a bit.
Uh, and Olaf, another successful gank on bot lane. Even though there was a ward there, I'm not
There's
sure
a
if they
south.
they just have a bad map awareness or something, and they were not able to see the Olaf coming in. And also, good tippers by Annie to get a stun on both of them.
Wait, Renekton's actually okay in the lane because he still has a lot of
Yeah, Renekton's actually winning really
yeah.
hard in CS right now.
Oh, my team isn't getting Okay.
Again, we see Renekton has started building a little tankier. He's going to probably rush that early Sunfire cape, while Riven is actually acting to build damage, which is typical for Riven. And so we'll see if he'll rush maybe an early Last Whisper, or he's probably just going to go for the, well, what's it called, the Tiamat.
Renekton getting ganked without his E. Oh, what does he do?
Oh, wow,
Oh, he's taking.
huge minion block. But here comes the counter gank by Asian Philosophy.
Good bait. But
Shoot Yaps
not
to
enough.
back out rather than Atopia blows Ghost. So a good counter gank by Jason. I mean Asian Philosophy. Oh, Ihu inbound gets a snare on Swain, but Swain is far too tanky right now to take to get bursted
Getting
by.
help though.
Oh, Asian Philosophy comes in with getting on side. And
Olaf
Atopia
is near, but he's low.
he's way
But
too low
he's
to
chucking
help.
axe.
Throws a slow over the wall and yeah, Big D Chang right now is way too tanky for them to kill.
The top laners also pursued, but nothing.
And I actually like to look. You see, Lux is actually running 3 Doran's rings, so she really put in
and
that really
flask. That's a
yeah,
lot of
that-
early game
yeah, a lot of
investment.
early game just to deal with Swain.
I mean, it's
I would
better
have-
than getting snowballed on, so it's probably a
true.
good idea.
I don't know. I would have opted more for an early an early chalice, just to spam E and farm with your E. But I guess he wants to still stay present in the lane, so. And I guess that's true. If he keeps pushing on Swain, he can stop him from roaming, which will be huge. Bot lane's still relatively even. They
It
can
looks
still-
like Kaylin is keeping the CS deficit not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, especially for being ganked once, and Ezreal being up, they're doing pretty good. Even though Olaf is hovering around bot lane, but he's spotted by a ward, so purple team backs off.
And you saw Riven kill Renekton
Just,
in
yeah,
the top.
tower dives,
I mean,
Asian
kills
philosophy.
and stuff. Yep.
Yeah,
He actually
Xin
has
Zhao-
his Madrid. Haven't seen that one in a while.
yeah.
Didn't they give it like a really useless passive?
Yeah, they made it constant instead of it being like 20% chance.
Yeah,
to
and then the
damage.
Wriggles now gives like no combat stats, but it gives you like a lot of gold, right?
Yeah.
But even a lot of gold is still bad.
Topia comes mid lane and just gets snared. I'm not sure if they're trying to push down mid tower or not, but no, he's just backing off. And it looks like they're actually rotating bot lane, probably to hopefully kill bot lane and maybe take a dragon. Oh, it looks like this is going to be a small fight over the blue buff, purple team's blue buff. And purple team's bot lane engaging... What the fuck is directed camera? Okay, looks like it's going to be a fight. Swain just jumping in, he's just so tanky
During
right now.
the snare, just got Annie
Yeah.
ulted. Really late ult from Lulu. Possibly could have saved Caitlyn there, who didn't flash or barrier.
Yeah, it looks like that double kill is just going to be turned into a dragon. And they get in top lane. Renekton actually winning those early trades, even though he's been ganked. But he is up 20. He's up 20 farm. So we'll have to see if Riven gets any early armor penetration to deal with that early Sunfire cape, because it doesn't look like she's going to win trades until she gets any of that. And the junglers are going through their second round of the jungle, picking up their buffs again. Let's see if Olaf is going to give his blue buff to Swain. Oh, no, actually, Swain already has a blue buff. It looks like he just picked it off. Yeah, they stole the blue buff from the other team, so Olaf can actually take this blue buff for himself. And Renekton putting a lot of top lane pressure, actually taking the tower, which is huge. Even though he's drawn a lot of pressure from Olaf, having taken.
This has to be the least aggressive Olaf build I've ever seen. Just straight golem rush.
Yeah.
No Doran's blades, no long swords, golem.
I mean, he has
I
been successful
get-
with his ganks, so I guess that early game not 100% needed, but
Yeah, I guess
Looks
he
like-
just wants to play it safe.
yeah, and just scale into late game where he'll be a lot more useful than Xin Zhao. Top lane, again, Asian philosophy, sitting there in the bush waiting for a gank on Riven. But, like the previous times before, he's probably just going to go back. Because Riven is just
There
playing
is
really safe.
a definite lack of damage here in the top lane.
That's true.
For
Well, Riven actually going in,
the
blowing
jungler
Q.
and although I guess
Riven
Riven
can get a stun? No, he's not going to catch her. Riven uses E and she gets away. A stun on the Great Listener bot lane? Oh no, but with Lulu ult and the Lulu speed up. Oh, but a snare on Lulu. Let's see if they can turn that into.
Lulu has
Goes
flash.
flash, and the stun by Annie just finishes it off.
Pretty late exhaust.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bot lane is there's just not enough pressure mid lane from Eric. I mean, EU inbound, and so just constant roams bot lane. And Eric
He's
is
roaming,
yeah, EU he's looking to roam
now.
top lane, see if he can catch Riven, but
but he's standing on the ward.
yeah. It looks like bot tower for purple team is about to go down. And we see almost a 5k lead for purple team, 5k lead for blue team. Oh, dude. Vincent with the BM. Killer Care Bear stopping Barnett's Chain Cold's B. Oh, and he does it again. He's gonna try and delay the return to base as much as possible, so...
You actually
he
can
pushed the way
kill
down.
him.
Oh, yeah,
He
he's
has
actually...
ult and ignite. If
Oh, no,
he just
he hasn't
ulted
popped ult
earlier,
yet. If
interesting.
he had popped ult there earlier, it would have been a almost free kill.
I definitely agree. Ult gives Riven's level 11 ult gives you a lot of stats. I mean, he could
Yeah.
still
Looks like he's going
die.
in. Barnett does-
Oh,
We'll have to see if using ult he can...
oh
Oh!
my
Completely
god.
complete
Okay.
whiffs. Let's see if that shield's the
Okay.
same night. Oh yeah, it looks like with the Riven shield, he's barely able to survive with barely able to survive the ignite. But that was a huge whiff.
I
but-
think he should have died just for how bad that ult was.
And then bot lane, after taking bot tower, is rotating mid to put extra pressure on mid and taking more towers. But doing this, purple team bot lane is able to take the tower and put some own pressure on their own. And they're actually gonna have to move there because they're hitting on the second tower there, but they're not sending anyone there. Actually, no. Riven is looking at Riven. Riven is just instead of going top lane where Olaf is already there, she's rotating bot lane to stop the purple team bot lane from taking the tower.
Oh,
Oh, they take the tower.
Okay.
And he's just so tanky.
He can. Oh wow, never mind.
Actually, wait. He goes out of bird form. I'm not sure why. If he had stayed there in bird form, he could lifesteal off the minions and had a lot more health to deal with the Xin Zhao.
Does Kinogen build into Wriggles?
What?
Does Kinogen build into Wriggles or no?
No,
I'm
why?
guessing no.
Seen a
but-
Ripples build in so long.
So he just bought them at Razor. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, purple team's staring at a pretty big deficit.
Yeah, they're down a lot in kills and they're just down 5k in gold.
Their only real hope is this Renekton getting really, really tanky.
Yeah, Renekton has a lot of farm, 40 up on his counterpart Riven. But he's building complete tank. And I don't know how he's gonna deal with looks like he's going into Randuin's right now, so I'm not sure how he's gonna be able to deal with the Swain. Because right now he doesn't have the damage to kill him, and he can't tank him either because he's building armor. So we'll have to see late game in these team fights. Looking at
Oh,
team fights, I have to give the team fight to, I don't know. I mean, what do you
Swain
call it?
and Annie are excellent team
Yeah,
fighters, while
Swain
Riven
and Annie
is
are really strong.
generally poor.
Swain just pops the ult, and he's very hard to kill because he's spell vamping off multiple people in the team fight. Annie, if she lands a good ult, she can get a stun on almost everyone. Olaf will probably dive onto the back line, and with Caitlyn being rather weak, and Lulu having no way of stopping Olaf, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think Caitlyn will be able to survive these fights.
I agree. I mean, she does have the Lulu Lux barrier flash.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of ways to
But
jump.
both
Cause
Lulu and Lux right now are just their scores aren't looking too good, and they're both very behind. I mean, Lux is already 0-4, and she's got the early game items, but I'm not so sure how well she'll scale into team fights. While Lulu is actually opting. Well, she has a Frost Fang, but other than that, she's not the tanky herself.
another dragon for purple team. I mean, blue team.
Yeah, two
Lux
dragons
losing. Lux
Blue
losing over half her life just from one swing combo. That's
Yeah.
pretty bad news for her. She has like, I'm pretty sure she's sitting on base MR. Yep, 30 MR only. That's a problem.
It's strange in a mid lane matchup versus Swain. She chose not to take any MR runes. I guess if you played safe with Lux's longer range, you wouldn't have to be hit by spells, but it
Nah,
doesn't
that
look like
just
that
doesn't
worked
make
out for
sense.
him.
MR runes are too good
Yeah.
against APs.
I wonder what he
And
chose to
they've been
take.
nerfed.
Maybe next game we'll see what runes he chose to take instead. He probably chose to take some early magic regen or
Yeah,
some early
he probably
AP.
has that. Yeah, he probably has mana regen.
Mana regen or AP, yeah.
I'll look it up.
Well, purple team looks like they've grouped up early and they look like they're gonna siege this mid tower. But blue team is grouping around it as well. And I have to say, with the such a huge goal difference in favor of blue team will easily take this win if there's a team fight.
Yeah, he's running mana regen, scaling mana regen. No, he's running scaling APs.
Scaling AP. So I guess he's going for. I guess that almost
Late
makes up
game,
for
man.
late game bronze
Late
rings.
game.
Yeah.
They just get that split push going and bring it to late game.
Yeah, that's true. That's
It
true.
never fails.
I don't know. They might opt to do a split push because Chain Cold looks like he can duel almost anyone, except for I don't know. I'm pretty sure Swain can outduel the Renekton right now. Because even though Renekton has a ton of farm, his build is completely looked out. Is completely out to counter only AD targets because he has 0 MR.
Yeah,
I mean, looking at him right now, he only has
Swain can easily
this.
kill him.
What?
Swain can easily kill him.
Yeah, because he only has the base MR and a bit from runes, from just basic MR glyphs, flat MR glyphs. Yeah, and he doesn't have the damage to kill Swain before it just sustains. So I'm not sure if a split push strat will work. And as the game just goes longer and longer, Asian philosophy is just gonna become less and less useless. Yeah, look, there. Lux is forced to blow ult just to
Lux
clear the wave.
missed
It's at the
over half
6
the
hour.
wave with that.
Yeah,
She missed over half the wave with the laser.
yeah,
It's not gonna help.
that's
Now
true.
she's backing.
Yeah, with Lux back, it looks like they can probably push and take this mid tower.
I mean,
I mean,
purple
they
team has respectable wave clear. Deluxe E, Caitlyn Q, and Lulu Q, but it's like if Caitlyn wastes her Q like that, there's no wave clear, and
That's
the tower's pretty much gone. Although
It looks like they're looking for the
are looking
engage
to
here.
force a fight.
Asian philosophy engage and just gets bursted instantly. Swing gets a snare on both the backline targets.
The Ezreal ult comes through.
Nice
Annie
Ezreal
comes
ult into
through.
Annie ult, and Swing is just too tanky.
Riven's dead though.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, the
good
shield, the
shield.
shield.
Gets off. Oh.
That 80 scaling shield. It's a clean
Well played
5-0
by-
ace. Yeah, well
Yep.
played by blue team.
It landed good AoE stuns and snares and just
Yeah, after Swain landed the first AoE snare on both the AP carry and the AD carry in the back lane, in the back, it was practically over because Annie just changed that. We just changed that into Annie stun, Tibber stun, and into Ezreal ult, and their like health bars were just burst.
also Zinza, who went in first and who is also building pure tank, pretty much melted. It was
Yeah,
surprising because he got Lulu ulted as well, and he got all the bonus stats from his ultimate, and he still died.
The thing is,
So
Swain is 6-1 right now, and both him and Renekton both have 0 built MR aside from the runes. So, and same with
what
Annie.
is
Even though
that?
Annie,
No
what?
magic going into. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Either one of them have 0 magic resist items, and it's just that when they're diving into the team comps with a 6-1 Swain and with an Annie, there's a lot of magic damage being thrown down.
What do you think the Swain's no magic mantle is going into? Is he gonna go for a super late Athenes? I mean,
I mean, he could, but I
that's the
mean,
only thing it
usually,
builds into
I
that
mean,
I
usually
can
Rod of
think
Ages
of.
does a good enough job in keeping him alive. Sorry, keeping him up on mana.
I don't know. What do you think that's for?
I don't know, maybe he's just keeping it there just for shits.
Not much going on right now.
Yeah, both lanes are just
But
farming up. It looks like
Purple has an explosive inhibitor, and all the blue teams ult are up. So I mean, they can
yeah,
just
the blue team looks
push
like
down.
Lux is continuously forced to clear these waves for ult. I'm not sure if that's a smart idea. I mean, she doesn't have any cooldown reduction in her build unless she has some in her room page, uh, which we
He
don't
has
know. But
5% from
she has
mastery. She has
5%, yeah, 5% for
like
masteries.
21
But other than
hero
that ult is on a 1 minute cooldown. So I'm not sure if using it to clear is the smartest of ideas. It looks like blue team is just looking to push that open inhib. They've already won one fight. It looks like they're just gonna try and go for it again. Go for it again.
Lux is low
Yeah,
again.
Lux. You see exactly. Lux right now has no ult. Because
She's also sitting on 1900 gold. I don't know what's she doing. She should just go back to base and try to be useful,
yeah.
not chill by
And
the tower.
Atopia, dude, BMing is really hard with the and a surrender vote. Yeah, but it was a smart surrender vote. They were down 10k, down 12k gold at 26 minutes. It was the game was pretty much over. Well, good game. It looks like Fruits takes the first game, and Homieknights is down 1 game.
Honestly, the Homieknights was just overmatched. Their only 2 kills came from the jungler off, I think, a bottom lane.
Yeah.
Where just like that one Ezreal kill and that one swing kill. But yeah, if purple team Homieknights wants to win next game, they're probably gonna look to maybe snowball their top laner more because he seems to be the only one doing really well. I mean, maybe he'll
That's
play a
true.
more
That's true.
carry oriented.
But it seems they know
Hero.
that because I mean, you saw early in the game, even
Asian-
though Asian Philosophy, that was the first game he went up
Oh,
to.
that's true. He
He
did
went there
spend
to
time up there.
he spent
They
a lot of
just
time up there, but both times Rune played really smart, really passive, and she was able to avoid the gank, forcing Asian Philosophy to just waste time up there.
they needed better timing going in. Like Renekton needs to dash in while Xin Zhao goes in as well because it was mostly like Renekton dashes in and then Xin Zhao's waiting for like an overcommitment from
Okay, let's see if they
from
invite
Riven,
us to the
but that
next
never
game
happened.
in team select. Okay, they invited us.
Or they invited you. I don't. There's only 2 slots. One of them needs to be young. So.
Wait, actually, I think I can stream young. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work though. We'll have to see. Okay, I'll just say the things out loud. I'll say the bands out loud so you can comment on them too.
Me, you want to just do that by yourself? I'm gonna go get some food. I'm
Okay, I
hungry.
want to get food too. Oh wow, they actually invited Turtle Slore to play. So it looks like they're playing a different. Dude, Ape's playing. So with Turtle Slore in the game, who are it looks like Jason, Asian Philosophy is not gonna be playing this round. I'm not sure if this is how it's supposed to be, but it looks like Asian Philosophy is gonna sit out this round, and they're choosing to sub in Turtle Slore. So different lineup. The last lineup didn't work. Asian Philosophy was not huge on the ganks. He wasn't able to put any pressure top lane. So we'll have to see if maybe Turtle Slower will be able to. I mean, Turtle Slower is known for a very aggressive jungle style, so we'll have to see if that's will help the team win. Okay, we'll start here momentarily. Oh wait, more edits being done to Team Homieknights. It looks like this time left. Okay, Chain Cold left, but he's back. Okay. Okay, let's see if the early bans, which champions are going to ban out. See, from last game, Swain was a real terror. We'll see if they ban that early Swain, because no, actually they choose to ban Shyvana again. Again, that's probably against Vincent, who plays top lane Shyvana. On the other hand, I don't know what they're going to ban for purple team, because I guess they can ban the Renekton, but other than that, there was no other champion on the on Team Homieknights that was a real threat. Oh, and the Vi ban because Turtle Slower only plays Vi. Okay. They know him too well. Well, he's known for playing Vi, and so by banning out Vi, he pretty much has no one else to play. But we'll see. Oh, and that Riven ban. That's a strange ban because Riven actually was the one lane that didn't actually stomp very hard. I mean, Chain Cold was able to hold really well against Riven, and even though he screwed up the dive early, he was actually doing very well. So that's a strange ban. Again, a Lee Sin, probably against, it's actually probably a top lane ban against Chain Cold because he's known for playing a very strong Lee Sin. Still, no ban on that Swain. I guess Eric is still confident against playing against Swain. Maybe I don't know. Oh, and the ban on Olaf. Choosing to ban Olaf rather than Swain. I guess Olaf was able to apply huge amounts of pressure with like early ganks, and he was actually the person who snowballed that early mid lane. So we'll see if that will help. With 10 seconds left, purple team's about to choose. Let's see if they pick up the Swain again, or if they pick up any other champion. Oh no, sorry, it's ban again. And they choose to ban Ahri. Again, that's a ban against Eric because he's known for playing Ahri. And the insta-lock Lissandra. I haven't seen Eric play Lissandra, but I guess if he insta-locks it first pick and he's not scared of being countered, he has no problem playing it. Big D Chang right now is hovering over Gragas. I don't know mid lane matchups that well, but Gragas usually wins against most matchups because he's got huge amounts of sustain, and he's Gragas. Oh, but now they're switching to Syndra. Syndra's more long range, and she has the highest burst at level 6. So it looks like they're hovering between those two, Syndra or Gragas. Both really strong picks mid lane. And that Mundo was previously banned late game. Sorry, not late game, last game. And they're actually picking him up now that he's not banned. So we'll have to see if that's a top lane Mundo or a jungle Mundo. Right now, Atopia picked him. So, and Atopia's the jungler, so maybe it could be a jungle Mundo, but we'll have to see until the top lane's picked. The Great Listener right now, hovering over Caitlyn again. He played Caitlyn last game, and he was actually able to dish out some very nice poke at the start. Even though his CSing wasn't too hot. Let's see if he, I guess he was kind of comfortable on her. So we'll see if he opts to go Caitlyn again. And same with Homieknights. It looks like they were really confident with that last lane because they're both choosing the exact same lane, the poke lane. And yeah, they lock in the Caitlyn. Let's see if the Lulu gets locked in. Personally, last game, Homieknights was hovering over Thresh. And personally, I think Thresh is a much better pick with Caitlyn because those two work very well together. Because Thresh can peel for days, and Caitlyn can just sit in the back and poke them down. Oh, and the Blitzcrank being picked. Blitzcrank was also banned last game. So it looks like Purple Team is using all the things that weren't banned last game. And Blitzcrank might be a good pick against this bot lane. I mean, Caitlyn has no way of really stopping the blitz hook like Ezreal did last game. Ezreal can actually blink out of the hooks and completely ignore them. But this game, both champs are relatively squishy, and a good hook can nullify the strong range that they have on this bot lane. And Lucian is just strong in general. Lucian, if any of them get pulled by Blitzcrank, the Lucian can burst them down with the laser beam, laser ball, laser everything, and just easily burst them down. But actually, Blitzcrank's been switched to Annie. This is a really strong bot lane. Lucian, Annie is huge for bot lane. I mean, it's got a ton of burst, and it's a real terror to play against. But it does have a relatively short range between the two of them, so maybe the Great Listener and Homieknights can pull off, if they can kite effectively, they might be able to survive. And there's the Kha'Zix. Turtle Slower is known for going 100% damage junglers, 100% damage, glass cannon, and Kha'Zix is naturally built that way. He's a reset champ, so we'll have to see if he can use those resets to good use. And Chaincold hovering over which top lane champion to play. Is that confusing his opponents? But again, whatever he picks, Vincent, Killer Care Bear 5, will be able to counterpick it because he has the last pick. Oh, and he actually opts to go, yes, I don't know how to say this guy's name, but the Japanese guy with the sword and the fancy hair. But I've seen Chaincold play a lot of him lately, and we'll see how well he can pull him off against a Nasus, a top dog. Nasus's Wither is actually huge against Yasuo because Yasuo relies a lot on auto attack, so the Wither will be pretty huge against him. But if they do run a Nasus, unlike the game a couple days ago where Nasus just farmed all game and got out of control, Turtle Slower is going to have to put a huge amount of pressure top lane to stop Nasus from getting any form of early lead, so that way he doesn't snowball too hard in the late game with tons of Q stacks. Where the fuck are you, Andrew? Andrew! Okay, looks like I'm doing this alone. Well, last 54 seconds until the last minute until the game starts. And we're going to look one final look over the official lanes. So mid lane, we have a Gragas versus Lissandra. I don't play mid lane, so I'm not 100% sure how this lane works out, but I'd have to say that Gragas, I'm not sure who's going to win the lane, but I've seen Gragas as a very strong mid laner. Well, I'm not sure how strong Lissandra is right now. She's relatively short range, and she's got a spammable Q, so maybe if she works the early poke, Gragas should maybe she'll be able to poke Gragas out of lane. But Gragas has those high damage barrels, so he can farm from afar. So we'll have to see once level 6 gets played if Lissandra can actually dodge some of Gragas' skills with with her ult. While the jungle matchup is a very tanky jungler versus very squishy jungler, so we'll have to see which one gets snowballs first. Bot lane again is a poke versus a burst, so we'll have to see if the poke lane can survive and hide in, like, I mean, Caitlyn and Lulu both, again, they have that very long range, so they're going to have to stay away from Lucian's burst. If they're able to do that, they should be fine. Either else, I'm pretty sure any trades will go in favor of the Annie Lucian, because Annie Lucian just does so much damage. And a big difference to note now is Homieknights is actually choosing to take Ignite rather than taking Exhaust like last game. I would actually still choose to take Exhaust because both the champions bot lane have huge amounts of burst. Lucian's damage mainly comes from his spells and that first auto attack after the spells. So he's got kind of a rotation and he's almost like an AD caster with the amount of burst he has. So regardless of who you exhaust, either Annie or Lucian, Exhaust would be pretty huge. Well, this time he's taking Ignite. I'm not 100% sure how well that works with this poke lane, but I would rather take Exhaust. And again, it's a Caitlyn, so Caitlyn's going to have to just stay back, put down traps effectively, and hopefully not get picked off by any Annie stuns. Looking at the jungler matchup again, it's a very tanky Dr. Mundo versus a very glass cannon Kha'Zix. So we're going to have to see which one can pull off those ganks first. Because if Kha'Zix gets an early lead, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to kill be able to deal with Dr. Mundo. But if Dr. Mundo gets too tanky, it might be a problem for Kha'Zix. But knowing Turtle Slur's jungle style, he likes to go in, steal farm, and tax lanes heavily because unlike other junglers, he likes to be a huge impact on the games, and he has a very strong carry mentality. So we'll obviously see him being up there with farm and being up there with levels. He doesn't like to fall behind. So we'll have to see what purple team has to do to respond against that. And he's probably going to camp Killer Care Bear because they have a personal thing going on. And then the final lane is Yasao. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but Chain Cold on Yasao, the new champion, versus Killer Care Bear on Top Dog, which Nasus. Nasus is not known for winning lane. All he does is sit there and farm and sustain up with his natural lifesteal. While Yasao is known for building almost complete damage. He has the 50%, he has the double crit rate, which makes crit items and attack speed items huge on him. But he is hugely based around attack speed, and Wither is probably one of the strongest, probably the strongest attack speed slow in the game. And having it last I think it lasts a good 4 seconds, I think. And it's on a relatively short cooldown when Nasus builds tanky and cooldown reduction. So we'll have to see if Chain Cold how he'll do against this lane. Also, with Nasus in the game, we're gonna probably see Turtle Slur camp top lane a lot because Turtle Slur will have to shut down the Nasus the Nasus early to make sure he doesn't become too tanky. Because a tanky Nasus will easily be able to deal with 2 damage dealers. Okay, we're finally going in the game. Here we'll get to see skins and we'll get to see pretty borders. Okay, well, looking at skins, we see again, Homieknights is rocking the Winter Wonder Lulu skin, brand new from the recent winter event, which I think is still going on. You can still pick it up now, even though it's $13.50, which is a whole $10. It's a really nice skin. You get a Poro instead of the normal Pix Fairy. Now, Orland's really nice. Even though the art looks a little creepy. And other than that, no other person is running any skins. Here on the other team, there's no skins as well. So it's no skins versus Winter Wonder Lulu. So I'm going to have to say Winter Wonder Lulu wins this one. For predictions, this game, I have to say it was a pretty huge stomp last game. So Team Fruits is I'm probably going to put my money on Team Fruits, but who knows? Because right now they switched out Asian Philosophy for Turtle Slur, which are 2 completely different people and have 2 completely different play styles because I know them both personally. And we'll have to see if that is able to change the game because Asian Philosophy actually was rather lackluster in pressure last game. I mean, we saw top lane, he did go up there multiple times, but both times I don't think he pulled off any successful ganks. And neither of any of the other lanes. None of his ganks were very successful other than the very early one on the bot lane Ezreal. But other than that, he was not able to get enough kills to reach late game with Xin Zhao. This game, it's Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix scales extremely well into late game with the resets. If he gets the right engage, which they could get, with Lissandra, Kha'Zix can just jump all over the team and kill everybody. But we'll have to see how fed he gets.
Oh, I'm here now. Sorry.
Oh,
Abe's
welcome
playing.
back, Andrew.
Nice.
Yeah, Abe's
Abe's
playing.
Oh, and the Yasuo pick. Cool.
Yeah, the Yasuo. Yasuo. I don't know how to say his name. He's got nice volume on the hair though. Wonder what conditioner he is. Oh well.
This is the Leo conditioner.
I don't use conditioner. But again, we're about to jump in the game. Once Utopia gets to 100%, we'll see what items people opt by, and we'll see who wins this game. If Blue Team Homieknights can take it into Game 3, or if Purple Team can just drop another sweep and take the 2-0 victory. This is, again, a loser bracket, so it's not as intense, but it's intense. my god, did I just crashed? I think I just crashed. Oh no, okay, we're in. Okay, let's line up these people here. Okay, you guys want to do 5v5 all mid, says the great listener.
Turtle Story is at a hotel.
Turtle Store's at a hotel. Oh yeah, Turtle Store is at a party in San Francisco. I forgot. Yeah, I was supposed to go too. Oh well.
What
Well,
type
it
of
looks
party?
like what? Oh, it's a family reunion thing. It's apparently hella expensive. Oh, it looks like Turtle Store is actually going to be caught out level 1. We'll see if the purple team can actually get a kill. They have the slow from Blow's flash. Huey missing the slow. Oh, the flash coming out, and it looks like Turtle Store is going to get first blooded. A good catch by purple team at level 1.
Interesting flash by Gragas. He did not need a flash there. He had the range. But I guess
It
better
looks
safe
like he
than
just wanted to
sorry.
secure the kill. Oh, it looks like the purple team is actually staying to take the blue buff. But Kha'Zix is actually opting to just go straight for his red buff and not even going for his blue buff. Chain Cold looks like he's gonna attempt to check the blue buff, and yeah, he sees them there, so he's not gonna go in there. And Kha'Zix is just gonna start red.
If I were Turtle Store, I would just go straight back to my blue. Kill those
Oh,
guys.
and
Oh,
blue
looks
team
like
actually looks like they're gonna go counter steal the blue. So looks like
that's true.
both teams are just gonna get each other's blue.
Oh,
We're both here.
Lissandra
Lissandra,
missed another Q.
yeah, Lissandra is gonna be coming very late to lane. So we'll have to see if. Oh no, but actually Gragas is following up. He drops the ward, but oh,
Whoa, the full
Turtle
flash
Store. Oh
stun.
my, that is huge. That is huge. Turtle Store's playing a heavy snowball jungler, but it doesn't look like he's going to snowball very easily this game. He's way behind in the jungle. He lost his early blue buff, and he's going to have to spend the first part of his jungle just farming back up to catch up. While on the other hand, Mundo has a blue buff, is going to go take his red buff now, and it's going to be ganking very soon.
I hate to correct you, but I think this is Turtle Store's strategy where he gives the enemy laners some kills, so they're worth more gold when he kills them. I think that's how he snowballs this game.
He just farms champions. My bad. We'll see Turtle Store being 10-0 in a couple seconds. He's actually going to reduce his kill score by 2 and get 10 kills. At least that's what he does. Okay, well, Mundo.
It was trademarked by Meteos. Everyone's copying him now.
Yeah. Just drop kills. Just remove kills from your score. It just makes you look better. Everything. Atopia actually choosing to farm rather than gank top lane. I thought after he took the red buff, he would actually rotate top lane to a push lane, and with Wither, it would have been, well, it would have been at least some good damage or maybe some summoners blown. But he actually chooses to go through his jungle and farm it out, which I probably think is rather strange, but it's his choice. Blue team bot. Oh shit! I gotta use directed camera. I keep forgetting. We'll see with the direct camera. Okay, looking at top lane, Yasuo is doing a decent job at bullying Nasus. Nasus has already had to blow his pot, and he's pushed up the tower, so farming is going to be a lot harder until later on in the game. Blue team is actually being pushed in this time rather than last time where they were pushing out the purple team. And we'll have to see if that changes anything. And actually, to keep in mind, right now, Lucian has a blue buff, so this lane is a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder for the Great Listener and Homieknights. However, they just like.
Is this Annie going like 21, 30? I mean 30-0-0? Because
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean,
so much damage.
Yeah, she took a ton of damage from that. She's probably running a very offensive build.
Remember, she has no flash too from.
I mean, if you look at her,
Flash
she has 19 AP. 19 AP with no AP items. So she's obviously running some AP runes, and she's obviously running some AP masteries. I'm not sure if that's the best of choices to run against a poke lane, but it worked for her worked for her last game, so I can't really say anything.
Double Gankaruni coming.
Yeah. Oh, Utopia
Looks like they
and
should be
Gragas.
okay though. I don't know about the flash from Lulu because I mean, it was a preemptive flash and there's no hard CC that could have like
It
gotten her kill,
depends.
and she
I'm
still
not
had a
sure what
polymorph.
Homieknights is running, but yeah, he's actually running. Homieknights actually has 27 armor. That's very strange. He's not
Why?
running because 20 it's extremely low for a support. He's not running any AD.
Oh yeah, that is.
He's not running any armor runes in a bot lane versus an AD. That's very strange. I'm not sure why he would not run any armor, but I guess he's running for some damage too, or some cooldown or some mana regen. And so I guess it works with the poke lane if he's looking more to just poke from range and not get poked back. But just, maybe that's why he flashed. He's not running any tanky runes, and so he just opted to flash just so he just doesn't get bursted. But again, as we see, Gragas
he has
is a
armor runes. He has
like his
armor
armor.
runes. But
Really?
some of his seals are AP, so
Oh, that's probably why.
that's
Ooh, Barnett actually going in on Killer Care Bear with the ult because he's abusing the fact that he got level 6 before him. Level 6 is a huge burst point for most champions because they get a whole brand new ultimate skill at level 6, which usually is very strong. However, it's not able to kill Nasus. Ball lane again is relatively even. Oh, it looks like they're going in though. Oh, again, the constant roaming from... Oh, a good wither from Lulu. However, Lulu looks like she's going down. The stun and the slow from Gragas is just... She can't escape. And the flash blown earlier, she just can't get away.
only she had flash.
I mean, right now, EQ inbound has to push that mid lane. If he's not going to follow his lane, he has to push it and put some pressure back on the mid lane, or else Gragas is just going to roam all game. Utopia here is picking up on the push and stopping him from pushing, but EQ inbound has to really either follow his lane or he has to push it out to stop Gragas from doing that. And it's completely possible. Lissandra, every single one of her skills is AoE, except for her ult, which, okay, it's technically AoE too, but it's single. You can't use the farm minions, so. But she's a completely AoE, so she should easily be able to counter push Gragas.
The Sandra ult is really good for pushing minions.
Can you even ult minions?
Knowing that you can ult yourself and the AoE will kill them.
That's true, but you know it's got a cooldown. So again, Chain Coil continuously keeping the lane pushed. He can't kill Nasus because Nasus went that early Dorn shield, so it looks like he's just opting to push on him to reduce his farm. And it's already you can already see Nasus is falling a little behind in farm. He's down 10.
He's screwed up. He should have went back last wave. Like he shouldn't even have. Like he should have just pushed and pieced it because it was the cannon wave, so it wasn't gonna get pushed out that fast. But now he's basically let Nasus get a free wave. Nasus actually could have pushed that one too. I don't know.
Guess he opted to go back too. Nasus is actually picking up an early Sheen. I guess he wants to be able to trade back against Yasuo rather than just building the straight out tank items. So he's looking to
I
build.
think it's
some
pronounced
damage.
Yasuo. Yasuo.
Okay, you say the name. I don't know how to say it.
Yasuo.
And Yasuo actually picks up an early Avarice Blade. He's probably going to build that into a static Shiv, I'm assuming, because the move speed and the attack speed and the crit chance all scale extremely well with him. And actually, you can see Turtle Slower has not ganked a single time. And that's
Classic.
huge right now. Because he was set back so early, late game. Sorry, set back so early in the setback, early in the game. He's
This could be a
unable...
gank
Oh.
or a fight.
Turtle Slower has... Oh, he
misses.
misses his W.
Misses
Right now,
the
Turtle Slower's
W.
damage is huge.
Oh!
Ooh.
Just got and he
That
flashed
was
another.
huge. Turtle Slower had to actually kill the Wraith there. If he killed the Wraith...
What the- Okay.
If he killed the Wraith, he would have gotten the isolation passive on Gragas, and he would have done a ton more damage. But Huey, good job picking up on the Gragas roam and actually cleaning up the kill there. But again, Abe right now, I mean Turtle Slower is very behind. He won't be able to put much pressure into the game until much later. Oh, Vincent actually going hard onto Yasuo. What's his name?
Yasuo.
I'm gonna say the samurai champion. There you go. And actually winning the trade. That's huge because Turtle Store can't put much pressure in the game right now. He's far behind, so if he gets counter ganked, it's just going to be almost a free double kill for the purple team. So right now it's huge for Nasus, because Nasus has almost no pressure on him right now. Even though he has 0 wards on the map, he has 0 wards in his lane, and 0 wards there in general, other than the ward on blue buff, he can just free farm and just smash Yasuo right now, because there's nothing he can do about it. I mean, look at that. He's winning the trades, and Chinkole's just being pushed out of lane. And Utopia coming up with the sweeper item and removing the ward, forcing Yasuo right now to go back and probably pick up another ward. And Turtle Store, again, he's continuously forced to farm. We haven't seen him gank a single lane because he's just too far behind. And that was a really good catch at the start of the game by purple team.
Surprisingly, he's actually not behind in gold compared to Mundo. He's only like 100 gold less, and they're even in items. So
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's keeping up despite his poor start.
However, Mundo has been putting a lot of pressure on the map. I mean, you already see him top lane using the sweeper to get rid of Chain Cold's ward, so he has to play a lot more safe against Nasus. You've seen him gank bot multiple times now.
Most of the roaming was done by Gragas, though. I'd say that he's the one who's making.
He's already coming mid right now. I'm not sure this gank was.
This gank is too sick.
That was a very strange gank. He just took a lot of damage for no reason. But he is putting pressure on the map. He's making sure people know that he's there. So.
Interesting thing was no Gragas used there, so I guess like. And no, Lissandra used.
Lissandra still had her escape, which is a pretty strong escape. So, and again, Chain Cold cannot trade right now with Killer Care Bear. Yeah, with the early armor bought by Nasus and the early Sheen, the trades are just going in his favor.
Nah, he can trade because Nasus is because Wither costs a lot of mana, and this Nasus has used Wither a lot, like that. Yeah. So
he's completely out of mana. He's probably gonna look to back right now.
Q costs 20 mana, so.
Mid lane, both of them are trading at each other relatively even. We'll have to see which one is able to. If they're both actually low right now and in burst range, we'll have to see if each. Lissandra choosing to E in. We'll see if any of them. Oh, and Turtle Store comes in with the first gank.
Oh, what?
Very nice ult by E Huey inbound.
Good job.
He stuns him up, and Turtle Store brings in tons of damage. Again, we can see Turtle Store buying the early damage item. Oh, I don't think this is a good idea for Mundo. Mundo does not want to fight. Okay, actually, his ball lane is coming up behind him.
Oh,
that was a very poor choice by him.
Oh man.
He should not have gone in after Kha'Zix jumped out. He should not have gone in. I was about to say Utopia shouldn't have fought the Kha'Zix, because Kha'Zix's isolation damage is just so strong. And even though Mundo's extremely tanky, Kha'Zix has actually taken the claws enhancement for his level 6, so it does bonus damage based on missing health.
Oh the god!
Oh. And even though the Q's dropped on Dragon, they don't steal like a smite, it's just a lot stronger than the Q. And Purple Team again picks up the early Dragon, and they're about 3k gold ahead. So we'll have to see if Blue Team can catch up, or if they're just gonna fall behind again like late game, like last game. I keep thinking late game is the last game. My bad. Okay, looking at the lanes, midlaners both have around 80 CS and are relatively even. A big huge CS difference in bot lane, where Kaylin is actually only got around 70 farm, while Lucian has 110. So that's huge right there. And they're actually getting ganked right now by Gragas. They actually won the initial trade, but then Gragas is coming in now, and they're able to get away with the Lulu ult and Lulu speed up. Yeah, Lulu blew her ult.
No, Annie.
Yeah, Annie blew her ult. Tibbers went down.
Did it hit?
I don't know. I think Gragas didn't go either. Pop, yeah, I see. Both of them really low. Oh, but Chain Cold falls to the Ignite. He probably should have stayed in there more and just tried to go for the kill, because Ignite was going to kill him.
Or try to lifesteal more, but...
Yeah. The E Huey inbound coming in for the game. We'll see if Killer Care Bear can escape using Wither. Oh no, he actually chooses the ult and go in. But Turtle Store is here to clean up the kill.
Mundo's coming up, but he's probably not going to do anything.
He's way too late, and both champions are full HP. I doubt he can do anything other than to hold the tower.
But Gragas is pushing mid.
Blue team actually looking to take the bottom tower. That'll be huge. If they take the bottom tower, they'll be able to roam mid and preferably help out push mid tower, and it will help them. The global goal will
You
help them
know,
get back in this game.
surprisingly, Lissandra has caught up because the early game of this game was dictated by Gragas making roams, but Lissandra has actually done pretty much like exactly what she's neutralized the lead because
Well, if we
if you
look at
look at the CS,
those
CS
early roams, even though they were both relatively successful, Lissandra was able to stay in lane and farm up while Gragas was roaming. So that's how I think she was able to catch up.
Gragas
Oh,
going for that Caitlyn kill.
again, yeah,
Why
here are
not
the
to
roams
get
I'm
it?
talking about.
Oh,
A flash. Oh, I don't know if that was really worth it. I think Homieknights should have just backed off and backed into the tower.
it was a really
Wow,
good attempt.
EQE inbound, actually, a short E. If it wasn't for Turtle Slore, that would have probably been a dead EQE inbound. Gragas right now is very strong with that double kill bottom lane. And Turtle
No,
Slore actually...
I actually think that that Lulu play was good. It just was a little too slow.
Yeah.
But like it definitely the intentions were right. I definitely that would have been a big play.
I don't know if it would have actually worked, because if you look at the Great Listener, he doesn't have any of his summoners up right now. Both of them are gone. And
but,
they were just going bot lane. And
that was the
Grasa,
max
what,
range.
so
That was the
1.5
max-
second.
That was the max range barrier. Barrel and it slows the.
Yeah, I know. I thought Gragas could just eat in and just take it anyways after. But I guess yeah, it could have gone. It could have done a good play. Homieknights actually trying to trade with Lucian. I'm not sure that's a good idea because Lucian is a lot stronger. And Lucian actually choosing to build Blade over the typical BT. We'll have to see how that plays in. I guess maybe it's a smarter choice against Kha'Zix, because actually Kha'Zix is starting to get quite a few kills right now. Maybe the BT will help him stay away from what do you call it? Stay away from the Kha'Zix. Even though I doubt it will help because Kha'Zix is really hard to peel due to the invisibility. And again, Mundo coming bot. It looks like he's gonna put some pressure there to either dive or take that tower. Killer Care Bear actually going for the early Frozen Heart. So right now, Yasuo can't
You
really do
mean
much.
early frozen gauntlet?
Yeah, sorry, for early Frozen Goblin. So early right now, Yasuo can't do anything against that early armor. And he's just getting chunked by that Q damage. And with the help of Mundo, they're able to take bot lane. And they're actually continuously pushing it. And Gragas is actually roaming down. While EQ inbound, he pushed his wave, but he's not taking the tower. He's not even coming down right now. Oh, and he's coming down. He's coming down. Ooh, and Kha'Zix tunneling too hard on the Gragas. He's not able to do anything. And EQ inbound is just coming way too late. Either has to sit there and choose and push and take that mid tower, or he has to follow that Gragas right behind him. Because right now he's coming way too late to these bot lane fights, and he's not putting any pressure on the mid lane tower. So he's doing relatively nothing.
Look at this Mundo BM.
Let's hope you're laughing in the tower, because it's not looking too good for blue team again. They're down 6k gold. And even though top lane was doing relatively good this game, top lane isn't doing, they don't have that lead anymore. I mean, Nasus and Yasuo are both even in CS, and even though they both scale very well in the late game, due to Yasuo's crits and Nasus' Q farm, I have a feeling Nasus is going to be a much bigger threat. Oh, we actually see Yasuo ulting top lane. Turtle Slore is coming in for the gank. This should be a dead Killer Care Bear. Yeah.
Yep.
Easy cleanup for Turtle Slore.
Good play, Marchenko. I mean, honestly, by choosing to go gauntlet, Nasus is not as tanky as he could be at all.
Yeah. He chose to actually take that extra damage. I mean, this isn't your typical Nasus. I mean, we saw on Team Sometimes I'm Happy, there's Eddie. Eddie, he enjoys playing the top dog, Nasus. But he actually runs teleport on him. So he plays a more late game oriented Nasus, where he doesn't go for kills in lane, but rather just sits there and freezes and farms his Q until about like 2 hours into the game, where he comes down to help his team. But this Nasus is actually opting for some early damage and actually taking Ignite. This is actually, he knows he can actually go for those early kills on he can go for those kills on Yasuo. So
top tower gets traded for dragon.
I think that's the third dragon of the game, goes to purple team.
They try to camp that brush, but I don't think blue team was dumb enough to check that. Because, I mean, they knew the dragon was gone because of the wolf.
Yeah. We'll have to see if they can hold this mid tower. I'm not sure they can. Purple team has a lot of poke and they're a lot stronger. But Nasus is actually top lane and Chain Cold is rotating mid lane. So maybe with the 5v4 they can pick something off. I think it's completely dependent on how well EQ inbound can get an engage. Because he is the one only engage on the team.
I mean, the ideal engage is
Chain Cold
Lissandra
engaging with a very strange engage. It works out, but
well, it worked because they focused him and
5v3.
Lissandra was able to come in. Like somebody had to go forward, and they don't really have a tank, so it was him.
A kind of strange. Oh, yeah, nice wind wall blocking the Gragas ult. But that was a very strange engage. I'm not sure why purple team let that go through. I mean, Yasuo with almost no. Again,
well, I mean, he dashed through he dashed through creeps to get really close. So there's like, oh, free kill. Except, I'll play them with.
And they're taking the inner mid tower. However, Nasus is continuously pushing the top tower. He's still not okay. Turtle Store diving in.
Probably dead.
Yeah.
Got the tower though.
He got the tower, but Nasus is pushing top lane. We'll have to see if he can, with that frozen gauntlet, he can push and take the other tower. But I'm not sure that's worth because that was an inner mid tower, and that leaves purple team's a huge part of purple team's jungle unguarded. A good dodge by EQE on the body slam.
Good wind wall.
Yeah, good wind wall too.
Seems like
big D chain guy talks so much. Nasus is actually pushing on that tower top lane. I'm not sure how much health.
Oh wow, he's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it, yeah. But I still think that the mid tower is worth a lot more than that tower is worth. Because with that mid tower down, they lose the vision of that whole strip right there. And it's more connected to the jungle, so we'll have to see. But Nasus is up there and he's getting farmed. So the disengage, I don't know. Turtle Store still engages even after disengage by Gragas.
See, the problem was that Lissandra went in, thinking she had ult, but her ult came up literally the instant she got knocked away. So she was probably gonna, if
she can dodge the Gragas ult for ult, that would have been huge.
Or if she had just waited a second and then ulted Gragas so he couldn't ult, and then Turtle Store jumps on him and he just gets bops.
It's true.
But yeah, he should have waited a little bit for his E. He did it preemptively, even though it was coming up. Coming up isn't good enough, so that play fell apart. Oh, well, look at this Lulu's item build. She has a Frost Fang and cooldown boots. That's pretty rare.
I guess it's more of an aggressive build.
Mundo being forced to ult.
Or I guess actually tanking the thing for Atopia. I'm not sure that was smart.
Okay, that is interesting.
I'm not 100% sure if that was the right engage. Because
I have to imagine that Lissandra did that on her own. There's no way.
Yeah, I think that was really poor communication. Homieknights and the Great Listener were both really low in health. And that was a pretty poor engage. But Nate's like he's rotating bot. Again, they're letting him farm because late game he's going to be a monster if they just leave him the farm. Again, C1 shut down. Homieknights just getting bursted. And yeah, D-Chain just cleaning that up with the ult.
That was risky,
again,
though.
Turtle Store jumping in. I'm not sure why he did that. I don't think... And Chain Cold, again, jumping in as well. 3v4. That is just wow. These are just, I have to say, horrible plays. I'm not sure why they keep jumping in. There's almost no coordination between the teams. One person jumps in at once, the next person jumps in, and it's always a 4 versus 1 person, and the 4 people just CC lock him and just kill the person. So just poor miscommunication, or poor communication between blue team, and they're gonna pay for it by losing this mid tower.
Yeah, if they all went in at the same time, I actually feel like they would have won the fight.
It's true. But both Yasuo and they get the people get what I mean. Both the assassins on the team jumped in at different times and they just got CC locked and stunned, and they couldn't do anything. See, 3 people on Killer Caribou right now, but he is so strong. and his team's actually coming to help. We'll see how this engage goes. A strong ult by Annie, but she gets bursted quickly by Chain Cold.
They're actually heavily undernumbered here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, the thing is, right now, Nasus is really strong. Those Qs are
not
hurting.
that strong though. This is a 4v3. I mean 4v2. I don't think he's that strong.
Is she gonna jump in? Yeah, she chooses to jump in. Even regardless of the fact that she's really low. It looks like Killer Gabriel is gonna back off. Ooh, I'm not okay, Chain Cold backs off
Good
too.
minion dancing, but Lucian's here. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good. Oh wow, good win wall. Oh, misses the Q though.
Chain Cold barely gets out.
Oh, Lissandra's coming back for more.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. She's relatively low. And
She can hit a
Nasus
good
is
E
taking.
here.
He's got the Spirit Visage. I'm not sure she can do anything. Yeah,
Does she
she's
have the
dead for
ultimate?
sure.
No.
No. This worries me because purple team, that was about 3 people playing against the whole team, and they actually won the fight. So blue team is looking again rather behind, almost 10k gold behind right now.
I wouldn't say they won the fight. Who died there? Lissandra died there, and
Cassandra, Turtle Slower died at the start too,
yeah.
and it was relatively just 3 people fighting against the whole team, and they held them off pretty well. So Nasus right now is really strong. Oh, we'll see. He's actually getting caught. No, Gragas is right there to back him up. So.
I guess it was kind of low. I mean, Chingle already has ults back because Yasuo ult has like a what 30-second cooldown. It's pretty short, so maybe at later ranks. But yeah, I'm going for the dragon. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Kha'Zix has that split push going. Didn't even notice.
Yeah. Well, Kha'Zix, he's a strong 1v1er, so we'll have to see if he can 1v1 the Gragas.
Definitely
I guess
not after he took a free barrel. Although if Gragas face checks this, he's
I'm
suspected.
not sure. Oh, okay. Gragas' burst is just way too much. Typically, I think Kha'Zix should be able to win that fight because with isolation, Kha'Zix just does so much damage. But right now, that Gragas just has so much damage.
Mundo just got picked off because I mean Yasuo is still strong. Yasuo and Kha'Zix are both very strong.
So both junglers down. We'll see if any objectives. Probably objectives will be left alone because both junglers, both smites are down.
Well, Dragon was just taken.
Yeah, Dragon was just taken.
Baron. Maybe purple team hit Baron. I like to do what I call the YOLO Barons. Those are fun.
Yeah, those are fun. I mean, it's possible. Purple team has 0 wards on it, so we'll have to see if that's a really nice back animation for the Winter Lulu skin. Poor just pops up. So yeah, we'll have to see what blue team chooses to do because blue team is relatively behind right now, almost 9k behind, which is pretty huge at the 30-minute mark. So I want to see what they do to try to stay in this game. Because the split push with
Lissandra? Wait, this Lissandra has a 20-minute challenge. That's not quite.
Well, I guess she opted to go to rush the Zonias.
True.
Blue team actually tried to surrender.
Well, that's
and
not
it failed
fair.
1-4. It looks like they're they're a little low in morale. Yeah, team morale is at an all-time low, and Chain Cold actually going in. I'm not sure this is a good idea, because their 80 carries bot lane.
Gragas gets caught.
Never mind. Nasus is top lane.
And he flash tippers nothing, like a god.
Yeah.
But
Kha'Zix-
she lives.
No,
Kha'Zix
Kha'Zix get out. The red buff
he's
gets
already
him.
dead.
And yeah, blue team is just way too behind right now. And Lucian is really strong with 7-1 and 8. But that was a strange fight. I don't know if choosing to fight without your 80 carry was a smart choice. Even though the Great Listener is relatively behind, being down 60 CS and only having a down 60 CS and no kills. And we'll see if the Great Listener does anything to try to stop this Baron. And I guess he might be able to pick off Annie if he ults her. She has low armor. But I don't think he has vision on her. And he just chooses to back off and play it safe anyways. Oh, and there's the ult. But yeah, Mundo blocks it, yeah. And I'm not sure if we'd be able to get the kill.
Vega's gonna run straight into Nasus. Why is she going this way? Oh boy.
I don't think she should. Oh, and Nasus' Q is just one shot. I'm not sure if that flash was necessary.
That barrier was preemptive. Good bait though. If they can kill this Nasus. Oh boy. I lied.
The Nasus is just way too strong. This is what I mean. Without the early pressure by Turtle Store on top lane, Nasus just become way too strong. And look at him, he's just 1v4 in the whole team. There's absolutely nothing they can do about it.
Although Yasuo might be
He
able to
also
pick
was
up
doing a
lead.
decent job with Chingle, with what's it called? Oh,
Ooh, the move! Oh,
no, not really.
would have been pretty nice.
It
to
was
get
a good
that.
attempt, but Gragas is just way too strong.
I mean, he had Lucian if he hit the kill. That was
Yeah.
pretty nice move.
Some friendly chat
It looks
going
like
on.
Gragas is also going for that 31-minute rod of ages. See some next level builds here.
Yeah, I'm not sure it matters what purple team builds right now. I mean, they're up almost 13k gold. It's just a huge lead for purple team again. It looks like the addition of Turtle Store into the game didn't change much. I think a huge thing was that top lane matchup. In the previous game, Chain Cold was able to hold his own against Killer Care Bear, but this game it's just a stomp. I mean, assuming it's a Nasus. And Nasus just no one was able to stop Nasus, and he's up farm too, and Nasus is just wrecking blue team right now. A mix of that, and that's all due thanks to that early kills on Turtle Store. Oh, and blue team surrenders. GG, well played.
Well, it looks like the only teams left are the top 4 seeds now. Who would have guessed?
Who would have thought? And an O2 sweep by Fruits Wi-Fi 5G or whatever the hell they're called.
It's 3Fruits 5G Wi-Fi, I think. Or
Okay, well,
5Fruits
it's
3G
yeah, you get the
Wi-Fi.
point. It's them. Well, both games not close at all. Both games were pretty stomp. So yeah. Well, good game, well played by both teams. Thanks for watching the stream. Is Young gonna put up the damage graphs? I'm not sure if Young's gonna put up the damage graphs. And no, Young is not gonna put up the damage graph. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. Happy New Year's. And I guess we're done. Oh, there we go. It puts damage graphs up. So you see, Yasao did the most damage. Nasus did the most damage. But yeah, okay. You guys get the point. Happy New Year's, everybody. Have a great time. Good job, 5Fruits, 3GS, Wi-Fi. Good job, you two, Homieknights. Even though you guys got stomped pretty hard. Happy New Year's. Bye-bye, everybody. Guess we're done, Andrew. Take the stream down, Young.